Hey, it's Liz, and I wanted to sit down to talk about something that's happened in the past week. Last week, one of the videos that I posted was me sharing some honest thoughts about the death anniversary of my dad approaching and opening up, essentially, and being vulnerable with friends and family, because while I've been posting videos on this channel, I hadn't actually been sharing any of it with anyone that I personally knew. And a reason that I did that was just simply because it's like I've had this internal shift. I'm a completely different person than I was even a year ago, I feel. And there's people who've known me my entire life, or who have these snippets of me through time as I've grown, and it's just that feeling of that fear of not being accepted. Yeah, and just the fear of being vulnerable, I guess. I feel like that's the best way to put it. Just that kind of fear overall. And so anyways, I'll put a link down below for the video that I'm referring to, because I get up close and personal, and I share a personal song that I wrote years ago expressing feelings that I had for family and after the death of my dad, and then just other loved ones that we've lost through the past year. It's taken on a new meaning for me. But regardless, there was still a message there that I believe pertains to just life and happenings and growing and just wanting to maintain connection. So anyways, what ended up happening is I posted that and I avoided everything, trying to block out any response or anything like that. The coolest thing happened. I had a message. It was a message from a friend from high school who I haven't spoken with in at least 8 years. But it was really cool to receive that message from her, and girl, if you're watching, hi. But I think the craziest thing was it completely challenged everything that I once thought I would feel should that happen. Like, here's this person that was, I considered to be a very good friend in high school, who we just lost touch as we grew, and who I've always wondered how she was doing and how life was going, and if I were to reach out, would she be interested, or you know what I mean, just that kind of thing, because it's like, oh, I'm not the same person that I was, like, what if, like, she doesn't like me, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. So what was crazy was I received this message from her, and where I thought that I would feel complete dread or just feel very pressured of like needing to be upfront and confess like I'm different than you once knew me, or anything like that. Instead, I felt very excited. Oh my gosh, like through at least the last half of high school, I was living in a toxic environment that played a heavy role in my interactions with people at school. And yeah, just that experience in general, it wasn't necessarily the most positive, and I know that like it impacted me in such a way. These are things that I want to be able to share in videos, and it's actually part of the reason why I wanted to do all of this, because that experience and just everything since then that I've gone through has helped to shape my perspective and my view, and has really like instilled within me this want to connect with others who might be going through the same and let them know that it's going to be okay. Oh god, I'm getting emotional. Anyways, back to the point that I was trying to make with this video. Ooh, does that bug anyone? I don't know if I like that sound. I'm very all over the place today. Rewinding, I was very excited, or the feeling that I got, or oh my god, I'm so lost with what I'm saying. So when I saw her message, I just got very excited, because she knew me at a time in which I was completely lost and I was shutting down from the world. And it made me feel really happy that it's like, here's this person that I cared about, but I wasn't able to be the best person I could at that point. In reconnecting with her now, I can show her who I am. I can share with her me and just be able to relate to her in a more wholesome, complete way because I've been able to find myself. And yeah, it's really funny thinking about it now, just because all of those fears that I had of what if, you know, like I'm not accepted, or, you know, what if, you know, it's like the whole this isn't what you signed up for kind of thing. I'm not the same person, so it's like, oh, what if like you don't like me the same? But it's just like, at the end of the day, I like me a lot better. I like me a lot better, yeah. That feels good to say it. You should say it sometime. I think you would like it too if you don't say it very often. But yeah, I like who I am. I like how I'm growing. I like the path that I'm on. I like building the self-esteem and confidence that I've been working on having for my entire life. And to be able to not just share that with others and make new connections, but to be able to revisit connections that have been formed years ago, and to be able to be more true and honest to who I am and be able to share that with them, that makes me feel very good. Yeah, it makes me feel really good. Bottom line, anxiety in general does nothing good for you. But in particular, maybe if you're feeling similarly about other things, whether it's anxiety about revisiting old friends, family, or people that you care about, not just in the past, but you still hold that in you, don't be afraid to reach out. To be able to have that outreach to someone that you knew at an earlier point in your life, and for them to be interested and open to learn about how you've grown and be able to accept you for who you currently are. That's very special. And so I'm sure that if you have anyone coming to your mind that you feel the same way about as I'm currently explaining it, chances are they would probably love to hear from you. I believe in you. You can overcome that fear of vulnerability, rejection, and just wanting to control situations in your future and everything. Try to put that aside and do what your heart is leading you to do and see where it leads you. Can anyone else relate to this? Give a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying, and if you feel the same way and you've either gone through an experience like this or you hope to go through an experience like this. And I would love to hear your experience down below. Or even if you haven't had an experience like this yet, but it's something that you've been thinking about wanting to do, please share it down below. I would really like the comment section to become an area where we can just share experiences or share our concerns and be able to just communicate with each other and empower each other in order to live life without limits. So yes, that is all for this week, and I hope you're all doing well, and bye!